going to Kings Island. Hey guys, welcome to Taylor Tadpoles. If this is your first time here, we are a family travel vlog, and today we're going to Kings Island, and it's my birthday! And we had so much fun at Kings Island. One of my favorite things about going to amusement parks is just how excited Evelyn gets every single time we go to an amusement park. She starts squealing and screaming about roller coasters. Evelyn is always so pumped to see the roller coasters, even though she gets a little nervous riding on them.
Can we go to a roller coaster singing?
Sure.
Okay.
Does that sound fun?
But I don't want to go on the big one.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Kings Island. It's not a place like no other. What?
Can we bring our swimsuit?
In the hotel.
Why did we not bring one to swim? Oh, not bad. Huh? No, we're not coming today. Just everybody 3 days. Everybody 3 days. Yeah. No, 3 days. No video. Did you hold on those roller coasters? Those Chinese?
We haven't ridden on them yet.
Oh, I don't like that one.
This is a pretty entrance once you get past the gate. Birthday did not start out as good as I was hoping it would. The very first ride that I rode was Orion. You can actually see I'm wearing an Orion shirt right now. I was really excited about this ride because it's a huge roller coaster. It looked like a ton of fun. And the line took forever to get there. Like, it was a long line. And then, while I was on the ride, in the front row, mind you, a third of the way into the ride, I got hit in the face with a bug. The whole rest of the ride, I'm trying to like see again, like in the eye. It hit me in the eye. So it was actually this eye. And so the whole ride, I'm like trying to wipe the tears out of my eyes so that I can see. And by the time I finally was like, okay, I'm recovered from the bug, then the ride was over. And so I waited in that huge long line and got hit in the face with a bug, and then don't even remember the ride. And I'm pretty sure that was the only time I got to ride it. And I have not had some great luck. The first ride I rode was, oh, what's it called? Orion. The first ride I rode was Orion, and I got hit in the face with a big huge bug, so I don't remember half of it. Then I rode Fear something or other. That was alright. Next, I rode Flight of Fear. This is an enclosed roller coaster, so I don't actually have any footage of this roller coaster, but the theming going into it was very cool. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's like Poltergeist and those kind of roller coasters, but this one was inside and in the dark. So it was a lot of fun.
Flight of Fear, Freddy.
And now I'm headed to Racer. The next ride that I rode was a ride called Racer, and this is a wooden roller coaster that races with another track, and they kind of go in opposite directions and then come back home. While I'm sitting on the ride waiting to go on my first side, then we start going up the lift hill, and then all of a sudden the train stops in the middle of the lift hill, and we're just sitting there. Yeah, they stopped the train.
Your train?
Yeah.
On the lift hill?
Yeah, and we just were stuck there for 5 minutes. Well, come to find out, someone on the train had their phone out and was like taking a selfie while we're going up the lift hill. And so they stopped our train. They had to send someone to come and confiscate the phone. And then, you know, we rode the ride and it was fine. Fun little ride. And when we got back, security was waiting to take these people out of the park. And I don't know if they got kicked out for the season or for life or just for that day, but they were very serious on this ride about not taking your phones out. Your Instagram and Twitter followers will not care that you're on Racer.
Who said that? The ones that
guy in the station, no. We could still hear the station. And guys, I just gotta say, like, just put your phone away. No one cares about what you look like on Racer. And it's like seriously dangerous. Like, people have gotten hit in the face with phones. Like, do you really want to be charged with a lawsuit because you took your phone out on a roller coaster ride? I don't think so.
Barely got off Racer, and first I rode the blue side, and when I was on the blue side I got stopped on the lift hill because someone else had their phone out, and then they had to get escorted out of the park. So pretty crazy. And then we rode the red side. I just haven't had the best luck today.
One of my kids' favorite rides was a ride called Peanuts 500.
He's focusing very hard right now.
And this was like, it was just a little track where they get to drive a car all the way around this track. I'm not even sure if they were really driving, but they felt like they were driving, and it was super slow, and they go up this bridge and then down the hill, and they loved it. They wanted to ride that ride like 5 times. So it was great for parents because it was a really long ride, and you could kind of just check out and let them hang out on that ride for a while.
You want to go again?
I want to do a helicopter.
Next, I rode Adventure Express. I don't really remember too much about it, except for that I liked it more than I thought I would, and the train was super long. Like, it just seemed like it kept going and going and going. So, good ride though.
I just rode Adventure Express. It was more fun than I thought it would be. I loved all the theming, and nothing wrong happened, so that was good.
Ride I rode was Banshee, and I really liked this ride. It was super fun. It was an inverted roller coaster, which means the track was above us, and I liked it. It was one of my favorite rides there.
Just rode the Banshee, that was fun. Got to ride with some people I don't know, but that just makes it even more fun. It's better than riding by yourself. Oh wow.
The next ride I rode was Invertigo, and this is another inverted roller coaster, but this one is actually a boomerang. And they have boomerangs all over the place, but the normal boomerang goes up and around and down and up again to a spike, and then you go backwards the same way. But this one was inverted, so you're hanging underneath, and it was so much more fun that way than like just sitting on the regular track. I mean, it was still a boomerang, but it was definitely my favorite boomerang just because of the uniqueness of the position of the track.
I just rode Invertigo, and I've got to say it's the best boomerang I've ever been on. The invert is definitely a good thing. Way more fun.
There was also a little tiny kiddie train. They have these at all amusement parks, like anywhere you go. Well, this one had a slightly different height requirement or something, like maybe it was 42 inches, I don't know, but my daughter was 36 inches, and apparently she wasn't tall enough to ride. And unfortunately, like, she's ridden this ride tons of times, and I had Kylie, and Kylie was asleep, so I couldn't take Kylie out of the stroller to go ride the ride, and Evelyn desperately wanted to ride it. And as soon as the guy told her that she couldn't ride it, like, she started, you know, welling up with her big crocodile tears. And, you know, my mommy heart's just breaking because her brother and sister get to go. So Sienna and Grayson go on the ride, and then she's coming out of the line, and some kind, amazing soul in line volunteered to let her go with him and his daughter. I was just so grateful that someone was looking outside of themselves and was willing to, you know, share a car with Evelyn so that she could go on this ride. So thank you. That really warmed my heart.
This way, right here. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Did you tell him thank you? Can you go tell him thank you? Thank you. Thanks.
The Beast. That was a fun ride. It like went clear out into the mountains and clear back in. Awesome.
All clear.
Evelyn! Oh, it's so
Next
cute.
ride we rode was called the Bat, and this one totally surprised me. It's one of those suspended coasters, which means you're like in a little car that's hanging from the track, and you know, it kind of rocks back and forth. And most of these rides are kind of lame. I'm gonna be honest, they're not my favorites, but the Bat was super like fast and whippy. It was the most fun I've ever had on one of these suspended roller coasters. So I would definitely recommend riding the Bat just because it was like the cream of the crop with this kind of roller coaster. But the thing about it is you have to hike clear to like no man's land to go ride this thing, and it's the only roller coaster out there.
Hey, sweetie, don't hit her with the stick. You can play with it, but you don't touch people with it, okay?
And then when you get out there, you're like, where'd the park go? The bumper cars. My kids love bumper cars, and some parks have them that are small enough for kids and other parks don't. This one did have a little kiddie bumper cars, and they were really great. They did everything they could to help the kids get the cars going.
Evelyn and Kylie. Here's Kylie. She's my little buddy right now. The kids have been riding the bumper cars over and over and over again. I think this might be number 10 or something.
And Evelyn could not figure hers out, so she just sat there crying and screaming the whole first round. And I'm not sure if it was the car or if it was because she wasn't pushing the button. Like, I don't actually know.
Turn your wheel, Evelyn! Turn your wheel! Turn it the other way! Turn it the other way!
The thing wasn't roped off, so I assumed that they thought that you could ride it.
It was kind of sad last time Evelyn's car got stuck and just wouldn't drive.
And then she goes in there and the car is still sitting in the same place and she goes right back to the same car. Like there are tons of empty cars there and she's going to the one that wasn't moving.
I don't know what possessed her to do it, but she got back in the exact same bumper car, so we'll see if it works this time.
Why'd she go back to the same car?
There she is over there. Same bumper car.
Ready, set, go!
There she goes.
Have fun driving. Just as a reminder, like park and stuck, make sure you turn that wheel in a big circle in one direction.
DiamondBack. Easily the prettiest roller coaster at the park, and honestly one of the prettiest roller coasters at any park. It's got this pool in the middle that every time the roller coaster goes by, then it sprays up this cloud of water, and it's beautiful. We must have gotten that cloud spray like 20 times with our camera. Just every time we saw it, we're like, oh yeah, we gotta get that. That's so pretty. I have so much of the cloud spray, as you can see. DiamondBack was a super fun, intense roller coaster and just like took you right through the center of the park. Like that was one of the coolest features, is just cutting through the whole park to ride this thing. Next ride I rode was Backlot Stunt Coaster. And this was just kind of a weird little ride. Like, it was really unique and there was a lot of theming. Like, it had this whole parking lot place where you go around it, and then there was a helicopter with fire. It was just kind of a weird little ride. I don't even know how else to describe it. Like, it was kind of like you meandered through it and then there'd be like this whip, almost like a wild mouse, but I don't know. It was just kind of a weird roller coaster. So when I was a kid, I remember riding the hang glider ride because you lay down and it feels like you're flying. So I really wanted to ride this again, and I thought my kids might enjoy it. So we wait forever to get in this ride because it takes forever for them to load people in it, because you have to lay down and then they like buckle this cage down on top of you, and once you're in it, like, it feels a little claustrophobic. I could not wriggle out of there if I wanted to. And anyways, we went on that with the kids. Kind of fun. I don't know that I feel the need to ever ride it again though.
Clear your lunch, guys. Pop and out of here on the line of closure. Enjoy your ride, guys.
One of my like favorite feeling rides, I guess you could say, was Mystic Timbers. This one isn't like the most intense thrill ride at Kings Island, but the theming was so on point and it was just so much fun that I didn't care that it wasn't like the biggest thrill. Like, it has this whole spot where you watch this little movie and it feels like things are flying in at you, and then you go off through the woods and it feels spooky, and it is really cool. So even though it's not like the most intense thrill ride, it's one of the more mild thrill rides, it was still one of my favorite rides there. We also ate dinner at Festhaus, and it's spelled the German way, H-A-U-S, house. You have to say it that way, Festhaus. And that's the one where it's got like this clock over it, and then these little clock people go around the tower. I don't know, it's really cool. But you go inside and it's just a big cafeteria. They've got pizza and all sorts of stuff, but just the big open atmosphere was really fun, and kind of like this big community of eaters. After dinner, then Austin got the kids some funnel cake.
Ooh, funnel cake. Are you excited? Are you excited?
Daddy is always the one to get the fun special treats.
Wow. What kind is it?
They did not have Death by Chocolate, and they did not have funnel cake sundae. I got a deluxe funnel cake with whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and Oreo. I should have done cream cheese though. I didn't know that's what it was until after we got it.
Whipped cream and powdered sugar and a chocolate, and I'm excited!
Are you excited, bud?
To finish up the day at Kings Island, we went up on the Eiffel Tower, and it's really cool to do that at sunset. It's probably also cool to do it at nighttime, but at sunset, like, everything was just so pretty, golden. You could see all the roller coasters. The kids liked looking around and running around, and just kind of a fun, cool, unique thing to do. There aren't very many observation towers at amusement parks, and this one not only was an observation tower, but the Eiffel Tower. Not the real one. That one's in France. Another thing that we always do to end the day at amusement parks is we rode the carousel. And I don't know why, we just like that we can all ride it together, and the kids get really excited about it, and we always have to find the most beautiful unicorn for Sienna to ride. It's just kind of a fun thing that we do. There were a couple of kiddie coasters that we hadn't managed to get in yet.
Daddy's legs have it in.
His legs are too big? And so we rode the Woodstock Express, which is now Sienna's new favorite roller coaster. That one is wooden and it's a little bit bigger than like the typical kiddie coaster. And so I think she feels like a grown-up, but it's still mild enough for her that she can handle it. And honestly, it's kind of a fun little ride for an adult too. The Great Pumpkin Coaster at Kings Island is the typical kiddie coaster, and that's always a crowd favorite with my kids. They liked it, and we did it at dark, and that was kind of cool to have like a dark ride. We also rode Flying Ace Aerial Chase, and I got to ride that with Grayson. And it was dark out, and so it was kind of cool to ride an inverted roller coaster with him in the dark. Like, it was a little bit more exciting. We ended the day officially with the lights, the beautiful atmosphere and ambiance, and fireworks. Super fun day at Kings Island. We had so much fun. I would highly recommend Kings Island as a fun amusement park to go to.
Oh, there's a flower in your swimsuit. Look at it, we're all walking together. Taylor Tadpoles at Kings Island. Woohoo!
Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And check out our companion channel, Taylor Treventures, which has a whole bunch of tips and tricks for traveling families. So, peace.